Hi, you're very welcome. And in this video, what we're going to look at is what you need to do to keep your data updated. All right. So here I have, this is where we kind of finished up. We had our 14 records here. Okay, I'm just saying 14 down here. However, obviously, as you know, people get gathered through the weeks and keep going and add data, we need to keep this up to date. Right. Now, when I was kind of looking at this and trying to kind of figure it out, I was trying to see if there was a number of different ways to kind of really streamline it, and it turns out there is. However, it's more with the use of a thing called Power Automate, which I'm going to cover in another video. So this is kind of what you might call a little bit agricultural, in the sense that it's kind of like gets you from A to B. You know, it could be done better, but it does get you from A to B. So what I've done over here is that this is a file where I've basically have downloaded the next load of data. Okay, so I basically repeated the steps in video 2, which was basically download this one, but I downloaded a completely different file. So here it is on its own. And what I'm going to do is that this is the file. Let me go back here to this one, where I've got my cleaned data done. I've got my pivot table done. And this is essentially the one that kind of is my final output. But I'm going to need to update this bit here with my new records. So I'll go over here to where I've already downloaded the data. And I just click here. And best inventor ever, Control C, back over to my completed records. There it is again. Click up here and Control V. All right. So there's my data done. Now, one of the things you just need to amend here, which you need to be careful on, because you know I have been caught on this, is if I go up here to Table Design, make sure it says Forms. All right, because when a Power Query is looking at the data, it's going to look for a table called Forms. All right. So if this isn't done, it's going to kick back an error message straight away. So I've got my data now. I now have my 19 records in there. Good to go. Okay. Then go to cleaned data. And if you notice here, there it is cleaned up as it was originally. My 14, right click and refresh. See there, it pulls in my new data. Click over here, 19, go to my pivot table, right click and refresh. Of course, I could also have done the thing which I should have said originally, data and refresh all. That would have kind of done it all for you. All right. Now if I click up here, there's my week 30, and go up here into my clean data. See there, it's now into week 30 as well, which is what I want. Right. So now what I can do is I can go to week 30, and there are all the details for week 30. If I don't want the 30 total and the grand total, I could also just go up here to, let's say, pivot table, analyze, design, and let's say experiment a little bit maybe with my, let's say I just want it on for columns only. All right, so I just want the total there on it. So that's worth experimenting with as well, and I might just kind of change the color of it to that. Okay, so I hope you found this useful. This can really streamline and make your life a lot easier. And in one of the next blog posts I'm going to give you a little introduction to Power Automate, which will allow you to streamline this even further. Okay, hope you found it useful. Take care. Bye.